I don't pretend that my message is for everyone. Who's my message for? My message is for somebody who is not satisfied with where they are in their life. My message is for someone who is ready to make a decision to move forward, whether it's health, business, or personal, but my message is for somebody that is looking to get better than they currently are. So am I in the right place? Absolutely, right? Are you ready for this? Can you change your point of view? Is it true, if it's true, that the only difference of elite performers is the way that they think, the point of view they share in common, then can you change your point of view so that your point of view results in healthy living, so that your point of view results in financial prosperity, so that your point of view results in wonderful relationships? Can you change your point of view? Let me tell you something. I'm proof you can change your point of view. I know I can guarantee my results. Here's the code that I want to live, the first part of principle-based living. Number one code is, I do what I say I will do. It just kills me when somebody doesn't honor that. So I say be very careful before you commit to what you're going to do, because you're going to be held, what's the word? You're going to be held accountable. Because accountability is really key. All right, so we need to fight through this model. I show you my hands are empty. Now watch this, in relation to the truth. I'm going to make a fist, and I pull out a scarf. See how that works? Just fine, right? Now watch. I'm going to make it disappear. I make a fist, I tuck this scarf into my fist. It's not going up my sleeves and my watch and my ring. It's going into my fist, it's going, and it's gone. The scarf has disappeared. It's not here, and on 3, 1, 2, 3, it's disappeared. Right now you're probably saying, what a talented individual. Okay. I'm going to show you how I did this, but only on one condition. It's a standard magician's trick, and if it gets out that I showed you this, they'll make my car disappear. You have to promise to keep this confidential. Do you promise that? I'm sure of that. All right, now watch. I show you my hands are empty. Raise a hand if you see empty hands. Raise a hand if you see empty hands. Now, the truth for you right now, you base your actions on the truth, is that I have empty hands. But that's not true at all. If you look very carefully in your monitors, right here, this is called the Renee thumb tip. And inside this thumb tip is the scarf. This is how this works right here. On sale for $6, by the way, includes the scarf. Now let's see if there's a difference in your reality. This time you see my hands are, I show you my hands are empty, but what do you see? Sticks out like a sore thumb, right? Now the point is, this is the way it is in our lives. Ready, set, go. Come on, Tim. Come on, Tim, reach your goal. Tim, reach your goal. You said you would. Come on, Tim. Hold up. Let me ask you a question. Did he try? Yeah. Did he try hard? Did it matter? Trying hard isn't the answer. It's having a system, it's having a strategy. Ready, set, go. Come on. Come on, Kim, you said it was important to you. Prospect, you said you would. Come on, prospect. All right, hold on a second. Now watch this. How many think money is a motivator? Think money's a motivator? If you can break free, when I say go, I'm going to give you the $100 bill. What strategy will you use? The deal is off. The deal is off. The deal is off. Let me tell you, there's only one strategy that would work, and that's what he had. Negotiate. You with me? I can speed it up if I need to. Now, I was in a struggle. I have a tremendous problem with my weight. I know you look at me and you say, this guy doesn't need to lose weight, looks like a professional model. What? So when I go into the hotel room, I go right to this mini bar, and now here's what happened. It was so sad because I didn't know what to do. I remember one night, I tracked my calories, I measure, and I was at 1,000 calories. I go into this hotel, and I go into the minibar, and there's M&Ms, and I had good intentions. One bag of M&Ms, one serving, 270 calories. I've only had 1,000 calories. I can have a bag of M&Ms. I had the bag of M&Ms, and I had, another bag of M&Ms that has peanuts in them. Oh man, they were so good. Oh, look at this, chocolate chip cookies. Those are pretty good too. I have that. Well, I'm a little over calories, but just a little bit more. Oreo cookies, yes, yummy, yummy. Oh, here's a jar of peanuts. Why not? If I could just get avoiding pain and seeking comfort to work for me, I'm gonna do it. And then I'll have my goals because I'll do what I need to do. So here's what I did. I told 5 people that I personally coach, if I go in the minibar on this trip, I'll pay each of you $250. And I told people who I knew would hold me accountable to this. Where's the pain now? I go into the hotel, same scenario, but watch how my perception is so different. I go into the hotel, I look at the minibar, what starts ringing is 5 times $250. I don't even think of the minibar, and you're ready for this. This is so sad. You ready for this? It was easy. Now, I want to give you a metaphor that describes rationalization. Rationalization is internal dialogue. How many of you have internal dialogue? Those of you not raising your hand are saying, I don't talk to myself. That's it. That's internal dialogue. All right. Would you take your right hand, open it up, take a look at it. The competition, internal dialogue called the alien. Would you put it right on your face and get a grip? I have people that can't even let themselves do this. They're saying, this is stupid. I'm not doing this. All right? Get a good grip right here. Would you take your left hand, grab your wrist? When you pull it off, you're going to hear a popping sound. Pull it off and hold it. Hold on to it. Look at it squirm trying to get back on. I don't want you to talk to it. Here's what I want you to say. Thank you for caring. But not for sharing. The alien. You might have to walk around every 5 minutes in your life when you intend to do something, pulling the alien off. Imagine you were to lose all of your possessions, assuming you have possessions, okay? Imagine you were to lose all of your possessions. How many of you believe that you'd get them all back in some period of time? How many of you believe all that? Let's see the hands. And keep your hands up if you actually have had that happen. We've got some hands still up, okay? Why would you get them all back? And I've actually had this happen. Now, since we can't have a dialogue in this size of a room, what most people say boils down to something like this. They get them all back because they have a standard. They demand this for themselves. They insist on this for themselves. And they did it once, they're going to do it again. And I say that is a point of view. That's the way that they think. The behavioral scientists, the researchers are correct. The big difference of the elite performers is the way that they think, their point of view. So now the question is, can you change your point of view? And the answer is yes, and I'm living proof of it, because I happen to be one of these speakers that walks the talk, that does what they recommend for you to do. Now what do you think the message that gets embedded in his subconscious mind is? Work harder and you fail. That's right. I can't do it. I can't do it. I tried as hard as I could, and I couldn't do it. I work harder, and I failed. Why even try? I can't do it. And he would buy into the lie. He would buy into, I can't do it. When the only thing that was wrong is, he just didn't have the right strategy. But now is effortlessly moving forward by making a deal, negotiating with the circumstance. Would you give him a hand for the demonstration? Thanks, Ryan. Thank you. Now, would it have been a great gesture if I gave him the $100 anyway? Wouldn't it have been a great gesture if I just right now gave him the $100 just for coming up? That would have been such a great gesture. All right, who gave me this one? Thank you very much. All right, now. Making more money is honorable, it's desirable, it's positive, and it's being different than you are right now. So what else kicks in is our resistance and fear of change. Medical terminology for this is homeostasis. God forbid you needed to have a kidney transplant. What would your body's natural response be to the new kidney? To reject it. So that's what the body's going to do, unless you have what I call an intervention. If you have an intervention, then you suppress the immune system and you stop the body from doing what it is designed to do. It's designed to fight off foreign tissue, foreign bodies, because that's how it protects itself. It doesn't make an exception and say, no, we need this one. We're not going to have our immune response for this one. You have to have an intervention to stop the body from doing what it's designed to do. And the same thing for this. Many people don't understand this, what I'm about to say. Many people don't understand that what they're committed to is not the end result. That what they're committed to is to be in the struggle to have the end result. For example, someone who has never known a great relationship in their life might think that they're committed to a great loving relationship. And then they meet the right person. And this person is everything that they want. And the values mix and match and everything is wonderful. But you see, now they're outside of their comfort zone. Now they're in this change atmosphere, which freaks them out. So as they get closer and closer to having what they want, they become very afraid, and it's called approach avoidance. They sabotage it and get back into the struggle. And what they don't understand is their commitment is not to the end result. Their commitment is to be in the struggle to have the end result. So here's a coaching question for you. Remember the coaching questions, right, from yesterday? The coaching question is, where are you committed to the struggle and not to the end result? Now, in parentheses, put next to that, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because using the system that we talked about yesterday, which you already have in this organization, of specifically committing over the next 7 days and committing to another person, counseling with your upline, you blast through any possible commitments to the struggle. You don't have to analyze. You don't have to go into therapy to find out where am I committed to the struggle. It doesn't matter. You blast through into results when you're being held accountable to specific actions. And you're giving your word that you're going to do these actions, and the driving force is, I can't do it by myself. That's the second most powerful value. The two values that drive this, that drive performance, one value is, it's important to me that I do what I say I'm going to do, and the second value is, I can't do it by myself. I'm far greater as a part of a team. Now, here's a statistic related to this. Only 2% of the population is actually living their life like this. Only 2% of the population is making a plan and then having the plan turn out like they planned for it to turn out. Most of the population gets pulled away by their stories, their excuses, their circumstances, their alien, their conversations, their priorities. Thank you. But what about that 2%? Thank you. They have stories, they have circumstances, they have priorities, they have obstacles, but they also operate their life with one word, and that word is focus. Now, what is focus? Focus, it raises more questions than it gives answers. Thank you very much. So we're going to identify it. I want to ask myself a question about this 2%. Can we talk in here? All right, let's talk about this 2%. You know, when I was in coaching, let me tell you how I got involved in speaking. When I was in coaching, one year we were recruiting for a defensive back. If you're not a football fan, bear with this example. Here's a high school kid. He's 5'11", he weighs 185 pounds, he runs a 4.8 40-yard dash. He's all league in high school. We look at this kid and we don't feel he's big enough or fast enough to cover the receivers we're going to see in our league at Cal State Fullerton. And so we don't offer this guy a scholarship, but he's a good kid, he's a good student, he wants to stay close to home. He comes out, he enrolls in school on his own, pays his own way, and comes out into our football office and says, I still want to come out and try out for the football team. And we let him do so, and we're happy to have him. Anybody know what that's called? It's called a walk-on. Now here's a blue chip athlete. This guy is 6'4", 225 pounds, runs a 4.4 40-yard dash. Everybody's looking at him. He's got a couple problems. One is he's emotionally immature, and secondly, he's a very poor student. Most of the big schools are staying away from recruiting him because they want him to go to a junior college for 2 years to get more seasoned, more maturity, more growth. He doesn't want to do that. We can get him into school at Cal State Fullerton. We get this kid. This kid enrolls at Cal State Fullerton. We think this guy is going to make our program. This guy has this much talent and ability, this much. Remember the other kid, the walk-on kid I talked about? He had this much talent and ability. Now, here's the reality of what happened. This guy beat him out. This guy tapped into almost all of his God-given talent and ability, whereas this guy, even though he's so talented, he only performed at this level. This guy outperformed him. And I looked at that as a coach, and my master's degree was from a research-oriented institution, and my experience at Caltech was research-oriented, and I looked at this, and what did I start thinking of? What are the dynamics there? What are the dynamics that enable this athlete with the minimum marginal talent to tap into almost all of his talent? And if I could understand what the keys were and then coach this athlete who has this much talent and potential but only performing down here, would I be in demand as a coach? Absolutely.